Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NMNTS ARCA Series presented by Disabled Military Vets Racing. We are here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway with a track length of 2.66 miles, and we will be running for 75 laps tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is the BA Graphics 175 at Talladega presented by Motorsims Racing Association. We are picking up here in the middle of qualifying right now. We got several cars out on the track putting in their qualifying times at this point to go through and get us set for our grid order. While we do that, I just want to give a big shout out. We are No Brakes TV. I am Tom Vanas up in the booth, to be joined shortly by Dewey Lorzell. Tom Jenks is in the background running the cameras and all the shots and angles for us. And we'll be doing this broadcast in 1080p again tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the show here at Talladega, and we are going to pick them up here in qualifying. On the track right now is Michael Redding in the number 16 Evel Knievel Chevy Impala SS. He's in the middle of doing his qualifying lap at this time. Looks like his first lap he's choosing to go right around the bottom. Maintain as much speed as he possibly can. Also on the track right now is Andrew Cardinale from TN Designs with the Meecat Impala Chevy SS. '62 was able to qualify with the third quickest time at 53.555. Michael Redding coming across the line to pick up his now, and his qualifying time will be a 53.445. Good enough for quick time, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the board right now is Michael Redding, Mr. Evel Knievel in the Chevy Impala SS. We pick up with the 99 of Ronald White. He's driving the number 18 iAnalyze Racing Impala SS tonight. Excuse me, the number 99 Analyze iRacing Impala SS. Ron White's one of our veteran drivers here. He does what he can to get out here. He is a single car team, so he's currently doing whatever he can to get the best time and running this back tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty good guy, Ronald White. He is out of, looks like, the Carolinas, so hopefully everything's good for him, and he didn't get too much of that damage from Hurricane Irma last week that came up through Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not sure about Talladega or don't know much about it, it is a super speedway. So we're going to be able to see 3 wide racing tonight. You can run in 3 different lines, and it's all about teamwork. So those guys out here who get stuck and lose the draft, they are going to be freight trained by the leading pack in a hurry. It's just the way it is. It's what happens here at Talladega. You got to do the best you can to stay on the track. Ronald White was able to qualify with a 53.592, good enough for 5th quickest. Now on the track, I'm on board with Jason Alexander in the number 5. Looks like he's rocking a Star Wars paint job tonight in the Chevy Impala SS. He was able to pick up quick time, and he run a lap time of 53.427. Jason Alexander in the number 5 car. On board right now with Gordon Larson Jr., ladies and gentlemen. He will be running the car 07 tonight for Blizzard Entertainment. He just takes his green flag, and he will be making his way around trying to get the crack the top of this leaderboard tonight. Right now, so far, Jason Alexander has quick time at 53 with a 427. Ladies and gentlemen, Jared Beasley's also on the track in the number 3 TN Designs Chevy Impala SS. He's just now taken his green flag, crossed right by the start-finish line, so he'll be going around this 2.66 mile track. He hopes to be in around that 53-second flat range. That would guarantee him a start at the front. We'll see here now if what he's able to complete. Right now, quick time, ladies and gentlemen, is held by number 5, Jason Alexander, with a 53.427. 07, Gordon Larson Jr. is quick enough for third quickest with the 53.455. So that keeps him up starting in the top 5 at this point. We still have several drivers left to run around this track. Pretty quick times given up and put up out here tonight with these fast drivers. Jared Beasley qualifies with the 53.53 in the number 3 TN Designs. That's good enough for 5th quickest at this time. On the track is the 59, David A. Levine. For those of you that don't know David Levine, he got himself a ride this weekend and was able to compete in the K&N Pro E-Series this weekend, running a road course. Did a pretty good job from what I understand. His car was all the way up to 8th position and suffered a little bit of mechanical problems. He ended up finishing a few laps down, but congrats to him for the opportunity to ride in the K&N Series. He's in real-time racing, or real racing, so that's kind of cool. 59 just took his green flag. He'll be coming around. John Barron in the 69 Motorcraft Quality Parts U.S. Air Force Ford Taurus. He's now coming on the track, and he will be going up to speed in his warm-up lap also. Dave Levine hugging that yellow line coming around the backstretch. Be entering turn 3. Let's see if he can keep up that momentum. Right now he's at 179 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen. These K&N cars really get up and move. They get up into a pack, they'll be running probably around 190 to 195 mile per hour around this long 2.66 mile track here at the Speedway. Dave Levine is able to be quick enough for 4th quickest with a 53.478. John Barron in the middle of the backstretch on his. He's up to about 160, 170 miles an hour at this time. He's just now picking up the green flag, wrapping up his warm-up lap, and he is on the clock. Entering into turn 3, John Barron's able to pick up 179 miles an hour through the corner. He dips down to 178, back and forth between 178 and 179. He straightens her out coming off of turn 4, or excuse me, turn 2. As he comes to the line here, just out of turn 4, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. John Barron to pick up his qualifying time will be a 53 with an 895. That will be good enough for 10th quickest. DJ Hargrove coming to the green flag in the Axe White Label Chevy Impala SS. DJ Hargrove is good enough for 9th quickest, running a 53.55. Now entering the track will be the number 32 Tide Machine in the Pontiac Grand Prix of Ryan Broderick, ladies and gentlemen. Entering the track at this time for his warm-up lap, ladies and gentlemen, is the 43 Craig Lerman, running the Monster Energy colors tonight. here at Talladega Super Speedway for the BA Graphics 175. Brought to you by Disabled Vets Racing, NMNTS, and brought to you on our title sponsor, Motorsims Racing Magazine, ladies and gentlemen. If you get a chance to go out and check them out, go to their website, www.motorsimsracing.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 32 time machine of Ryan Broderick coming to checker flag to post his time for this qualifying session, and he is able to pick up quick time with a 53.387. That will move him to the top of the board. '43 of Craig Lerman in the Monster Energy rig, ladies and gentlemen, picked up a 53.54.5. That is going to be quick enough for 9th quickest. '818, the Canadian Derek Robinson, running in the Canadian Tire Chevrolet tonight. He's on track to run his time. Also currently getting up to speed is the number 75 of Terry Mason. Pushing that car out of turn 4, Derek Robinson reaches 180 miles per hour coming off of turn 4. Looks like he's got a pretty decent time put together. He drops down to the apron, maximize his speed coming across start finish, ladies and gentlemen. And Derek Robinson of HRL Motorsports picks up a 53.546 with a 10th place starting spot. Terry Mason in the number 75 Flip Switch Chevy Impala. Looks like he's coming down out of turn 4, getting ready to, he's holding his speed right at about 180 miles an hour. We'll see how he gets through the tri-oval. See if he's able to maintain. Looks like he gets her up to just about 181 miles an hour across the stripe. That will give him a position of 13th with the 53.574. He will be starting 13th. Now on the track, ladies and gentlemen, is Ken Younts. Ken will be running in the Vendetta Purchasing and Liquidation Chevy Cobalt SS tonight. Pretty neat little paint job he's got on there with the black and yellow. Is able to stand out in the crowd. He ran pretty quick practice time this evening with a 47.84 in the draft. So it'll be interesting to see what Ken's able to do here on his practice lap. Or excuse me, his qualifying lap, ladies and gentlemen. Also on the track is the number 66 of Bradley Wilson. Looks like he's running Hatfield Ace Racing Engines number Impala SS. Light blue paint scheme tonight, pretty sharp looking. He's coming around to take the green flag here shortly, so he'll be starting his pace lap. And under green, we've got Ken Younts. Drops her down to the bottom. Brings her into the corner, turn one at 177 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Holding it steady. One of the key things about getting around this racetrack under these qualifying times is how steady you can go. The steady you are able to keep the wheel in the turns, the faster your car is going to be. And Ken Younts coming across the start-finish line just about now, and we will have his time recorded. He's able to pick up 9th quickest with the 53.537. He will be starting 9th. Last remaining car on the track right now looks like to be the number 66 of Bradley Wilson. He'll be coming to the checkered flag any second now, clearing 180 miles speed across the start-finish line. And he is able to qualify with the 7th place spot with the 53.482. Ladies and gentlemen, give you a quick rundown. Number 32, Ryan Broderick in the Tide Machine has captured the SimSpec PC Towers Pole Award tonight with a 53.387. That's just about 5/100ths quicker than the next driver. I'm going to see if I can't catch up to Ryan and see if we can't bring Ryan Broderick, bring him in the booth and give him a quick talk. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the booth is our SimSpec PC Tower Pole Award winner tonight, Mr. Mark Broderick. Mark, congratulations on that quick lap. What did you see out there with the track when you were running around that 2.66 miles so fast?
You just gotta stay glued to the yellow line. That's all there is to it, really, and just make sure you have clean shifts on your outlap. Just try and ride around for the first part of this race here tonight.
Yeah, what do you think? What are you anticipating tonight? There's quite a few different teams out here running together. Hopefully you've got somebody to run with. What team are you running with tonight? And do you guys have any team plans or team orders set up yet?
I don't have any teammates out here tonight, but I have a few people we have things lined up with, and hopefully we're all there at the end.
Sounds good. Congratulations again on the SimSpec PC Tower Pole Award. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank RHM for giving me a great Pontiac tonight, and Brad Keselowski complained about these Toyotas, but Pontiac's where it's at.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. Have a good race tonight. We look forward to talking to you at the end, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was your Pole Award winner for the SimSpec PC Tower Pole Award, Mark Broderick, running in the number 32 Tide car this evening. Well, ladies and gentlemen, pretty successful run there. We should be getting ready to go green here in just a little bit, and we'll be turning over the session. Just want to go through a couple things quick and talk about our sponsors first and foremost. I want to talk about SimSpec PC Towers. Not only were they on board for the Pole Award, but they are a steady sponsor, night in, night out, main race sponsor. Go check them out at www.simspec.com. Ladies and gentlemen, they're your producers of simulator PC towers. If you're working on a budget, you want to do some sim racing or flight or farming, whatever, they can take care of you. Go check them out. Also want to talk about Oil Can Hancock's Quality Goods. They produce pretty cool little fragrance for men. Go check them out. There's 3 different flavors you can choose from, or scents. Take the time, go to their website at www.oilcanhandcats.com and use the code Thunder17 and get yourself a little bit of a discount on your next order. That being said, we're going to go to a quick little break and play a little music for you till we get everything gridded up and get ready to go running green here at Talladega Super Speedway in the BA Graphics 175 presented by Disabled Military Vets Racing and presented by Motorsins Racing Association. Go check them out at www.motorsinsracing.com. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from this brief break here. We're getting ready to go green flag racing. We will be starting the gridding process pretty soon here. These boys will be getting their cars out on the tracks. We are here for the Disabled Military Veterans NMNTS here at BA Graphics 175 at Talladega Super Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. 2.66 mile track, the longest track on course, with the exception of a couple road courses. We'll call it the longest oval track we have that we run. Weather out there right now is pretty clear, 79 degrees. Your track temps up to 107 at the start of the race. We are going to have looks like 26 race cars out there tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 26 race cars. Starting on the inside pole will be the number 32, Ryan Broderick. Outside him, row 1 will be Jason Alexander, and the number 5. Inside row 2 will be Michael Redding, and the number 16. The number 07 of Gordon Larson Jr. will be running in the 4th position. Starting in inside row 3, David A. Levine from DLR Racing. Starting outside row 4 will be 85, Zach Lindgren. In 7th position in row number 4 will be Bradley Wilson. And in the number 3, Jared Beasley will be running outside row 4. 9th position will be Ryan Daniels. 10th will be Kenneth Younts. Inside row 6, number 818, Derek Robinson. Outside row 6, 62, Andrew Cardinale. Inside row 7 will be DJ Hargrove. Inside row 7 will be Andrew Cardinale. Outside row 7 will be DJ Hargrove. The 75 of Terry Mason will be the inside row 8. Number 99 of Ronald White will be starting on the outside of row 8. Row number 9 inside, John Barron in the number 69. And the outside row 9 will be number 7, Tyler Justice. Inside row 10, number 78, Austin Jones. Outside row 10, number 25, Aiden Young.
Next up, the 92 of Christopher Matthews, and it should be the 17 of Alan Westman, the 12 of Corey Walters, 26 of Matt Skipper, and the 90 of Robbie Buckner to round out the field. Cars beginning to roll here at Talladega. I believe this is one of our biggest fields that we've had here with the NMNTS here tonight at Talladega. This should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, Dewey, this is going to be a lot of fun here at the Super Speedway's 2.66 miles here at Talladega.
Cars entering turn 3, still under pace speed, right around 65 miles an hour before we drop the hammer and get underway here at Talladega. Ryan Broderick, Jason Alexander getting ready to send you to the green flag here as they come up to the tri-oval. Here we go, flagman looking. Is he getting ready to wave the green flag? The green is out and we are underway. Everybody makes it through 1 and 2. Ryan Broderick in the lead. Right now, Evel Knievel hooked to his back bumper. Jason Alexander with Gordon Larson Jr. trying to make a move on the high side as they come around to take lap 1. Jason Alexander gets the advantage, and he will lead lap number 1. He moves down to the bottom, picks up Ryan Broderick. That's going to put Gordon Larson Jr. on the outside.
Yeah, we look like Gordon Larson Jr. just pushed hard into the Jason Alexander in a 5-car to the lead, and then he ends up getting left hung out on the outside, but they've got some pretty good movement progression coming up. Gordon Larson making a charge on the high side as we run 2x2 here at Talladega.
Zach Lindgren has picked up Gordon Larson Jr. on the outside. Going to try and push him to the front here as we're rolling through turns 3 and 4. Right behind them, David Levine also in that outside lane. We have an established front pack, and then we have some scragglers in the back maybe trying to wait this one out, try and avoid the big one. Nose to nose across the stripe here. Jason Alexander is going to get credit with the lap. A lot of these guys need to remember here tonight, you have to stay patient. It is a long race, and drafting is huge at this racetrack. You do not want to make a mistake while running up front.
That's for sure, Dewey. Right now, some of these guys riding around in the back, and you're grouped up 3 and 4 together, just sitting back there waiting for the big one. You know, I think there might have been 1 or 2 guys that went lap down that ducked down to pit road after that little incident on the pace lap after we just got started, but there is a caution. They might be able to have a chance to get their lap back. If they lose the draft, they're going to be in big trouble.
Right now, Gordon Larson Jr. gets a strong push down the back straightaway. He looks to take the lead, move down to the bottom, and picks up Jason Alexander. That's going to put Zach Lindgren on the point of the outside lane, but Gordon Larson Jr. ducks down to the bottom. Tries to take that advantage away from the 5, but here comes Zach Lindgren with David Levine right on his bumper.
Looks like the outside line gets a little bit of a side draft coming off of turn 4, and it looks like it's going to be a battle.
Zach Lindgren credit with that lap there. Gordon Larson Jr. on the bottom trying to make it work. You'll see some of these guys. You'll see some of these guys peek out while they're going down the back straightaway. It's the only straight part of the track, and they'll peek out, try and cool off that radiator a little bit, try and keep the engine temps down. So they'll peek out, get some nice, cool, fresh air, and then they'll drive back in line and keep pushing. And Gordon Larson Jr. is going to lead this lap.
For a little while there, it looked like the inside line was a little bit more organized than the outside. Looks like we have the 43, or excuse me, the 66 of Bradley Wilson just slipped up a little high there in turn 1. He gets back down to the bottom. Now we got 2 groups running side by side. The front looks like 12 cars, and then we've got another little pack going back here running together, doing what they can here. Austin Jones leading the way, trying to run these. We've got a 5-6 car pack back here trying to run down the leaders. They're going to have to get organized. There's one car out on the high side right now that needs to take time to get in line, or he isn't going to be able to. These guys won't be able to catch the leaders as quick as they'd like to. They need to get organized and take advantage of the leaders up there side by side and start running single file. In this group, it looks like we have the 78, the 7 of Tyler Justice, the 26, Matt Skipper, number 17, Alan Westman behind him, and John Barron in the 69, as well as Christopher Matthews.
Zach Lindgren dives down to the bottom, picks up the 07 of Gordon Larson Jr. That's going to put David Levine to the point of the outside lane. They got 2 car lings coming up to the tri-oval. But here comes David Levine with Bradley Wilson in the 66, giving him a good push. David Levine moves down to the bottom, picks up Zach Lindgren. Right now, Tom, everybody's just trying to settle in. It is a scary racetrack when you're going 200 miles an hour this close to other cars. You just have to try and calm your nerves, get into a good rhythm, and do your best not to hit the back of somebody a little too hard and cause a massive accident.
Yeah, dude, it's going to take a little bit of time here for these guys to get organized. This group back here is 6 cars. They're now running two at a time. They got a little break up. You know, they're going to have to get back in line. They are now 10 seconds behind the lead draft. Looks like DJ Hargrove is starting to become in danger running the back there. He's just running around the back of that lead group, running behind the number 32 car. So looks like they're getting caught up to the draft, and they're hanging on to make sure nothing goes crazy and see the big one up front.
A lot of good drafting by all the cars in the field. Everybody doing a great job, not hitting anybody too hard, not trying to get into anybody while they're going through the corners. Good drafting going on, and a lot of lead changes is exactly what we expect to see at Talladega.
And this time
Zach
by Dewey,
Lindgren.
we will have 65 laps to go. 65, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like right now, Dewey, the number 90 of Robbie Buckner has lost the draft. So he's getting ready to be freight trained by these leaders in another half a lap to a lap or so. And they'll be going by, putting him a lap down.
The leaders are approaching fast. Zach Lindgren getting a good push from the 818 of Derek Robinson as David Levine still on the point of the outside lane, with Bradley Wilson pushing him along.
As these guys get further into these long green flag run, it'll be interesting to see how these cars start handling in the draft like this, you know, with their tires going away, their fuel getting a little bit lighter. Those cars tend to slide around.
Austin Jones around in turns 3 and 4. He did a 360, able to keep rolling. No real damage to the 78. Interesting enough, over the radio chatter, Austin Jones came over and talked to the other drivers that were in that second pack. And he explained to them, guys, if we all run in a single file line and quit trying to race each other, we can run down this lead pack. And that's exactly what they were doing. And it looks like Matt Skipper might have got into the 78 a little too hard going into the corner, and Austin Jones could not save it. Just a drafting thing that seems to happen at Talladega all the time. And I think, Tom, that first yellow is going to help a lot of these guys out. It's going to help them settle their nerves and get them into a good groove. It's always a high intensity whenever you first start, especially at a track like Talladega.
Yeah, Dewey, looks like we have a few takers on pit road now.
You know, Michael Redding from that lead pack is pulling in, and basically everybody from that second pack on is coming down pit road.
Not a bad choice to do that here. You know, if we continue to run green, those guys that stayed out, I don't know if these guys can run the entire run under one tank of fuel or not, Dewey, but these guys will have fresher tires, that's for sure. And it comes towards the end of the run, they've got 13 laps under those tires under green flag, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of wear these guys who pitted saw on their tires, whether or not they'll need to take tires in a future stop.
Right now, as they sit on the track, 59, David Levine is your leader. The 85, Zach Lindgren in second. Bradley Wilson is third. Derek Robinson fourth. Jared Beasley is fifth. Your pole sitter, Ryan Broderick, he has fallen back to the 11th position. The outside pole, Jason Alexander, he is 10th. Michael Redding, he started third. He came down pit road. Scheduled to restart 14th, I believe. As the rest of the field tries to catch up with the main group before we get back underway here at Talladega. Looks like the 90 of Robbie Buckner going to come down pit road. And the 75 of Terry Mason also coming down pit road. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get a word here with one of the drivers out on the track.
Guys.
And right now we're going to speak with the 59 of David Levine. And David, right now you're on the point. You started 5th. How's the race going for you so far? Seems a little crazy.
Yeah, so far so good. It is kind of nice being up here with some good friends that I know I can trust in the 59 Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Round Optics car. It feels pretty good, and you know, I think if we can keep working together like we have been, should be a good race.
We also wanted to get you in here and say congratulations to the K&N East ride. I know that's a big deal for you, so congratulations on that, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It you know, felt real good to be back behind the wheel of a real race car again for the first time in over a year. And the you know, we had a pretty decent run out there at New Jersey Motorsports Park going. Spent the whole practice working on long road speed and unapproved adjustments after qualifying at a start at the back, and marching our way to the front before suspension failure took us out. But you know, it felt real good to get the next gen motorsports number 25 with Senssport graphics and Revin optics to the onto the racetrack again. But yeah, thanks again, guys. It was, I can't begin to explain how much fun it was and how great it felt to get back behind the wheel again.
Well, David, we appreciate you joining us here in the booth. We'll let you get back into focus mode as next time by we should be doubling up and getting you guys ready to go. So good luck on the rest of this race, and hopefully we'll be talking to you a little later this evening.
Yeah, big 10-4 on that. Thanks, guys.
That was David Levine, your current leader in the 59 car. As we're still pacing around Talladega, getting ready to go back green. So this time by, the light should go off on the pace car. We should be getting ready to go back underway here at Talladega. Lights are out on the pace car. Everybody going 2 by 2 here at Talladega as they roll through turns 1 and 2. We're 2 by 2 nose to tail lining up like this. David Levine, Zach Lindgren going to be your first row. Bradley Wilson, Derek Robinson going to be your second row. We're going to go on board with Bradley Wilson for this restart. And the third row is going to be Jared Beasley, Gordon Larson Jr. The fourth row, Kenneth Yontz, Andrew Cardinale. And the fifth row, Craig Learman and Jason Alexander to round out your top 10. Ryan Broderick came back down pit road, your pole sitter. He is back to the 20th position. Keep your eye on the 32. We know he's fast. We'll see what he can do with the rest of this race. Before we get going back underway, I want to say it is good to see the 87 of Ryan Daniels back out here. Had a couple of weeks of an absence here with the NMNTS, but it is great to see him come back out, get around this big old super speedway of Talladega here tonight in that 87. Also good to see the 69 of John Barron able to come back out. I know he is a very, very busy man, and it is good to see him able to get some time and come in here and turn some laps with these guys at the NMNTS. With that being said, the pace car getting ready to pull back in. David Levine and Zach Lindgren are going to take us back to the green flag and get us back underway. Field tightening up as we go through the tri-oval. Looks like David Levine is on the gas, and we're back underway at Talladega. David Levine, Zach Lindgren, Bradley Wilson, 1, 2, 3s. You're getting a pretty good look at these guys getting back up to these high speeds here. But right now, Jared Beasley on the outside lane with a little help from the 72 of Kenneth Yoltz. Going to try and catch the leaders here going into 3 and 4. Jared Beasley, Kenneth Yoltz will fall back in line. Kenneth Yoltz is going to shoot it out to the outside, trying to avoid the 3 car. David Levine's still your leader, but Zach Lindgren all over his back bumper here, trying to get a little bit of a gap between them and the outside lane, which is right now just Jared Beasley. Kenneth Yoltz going to dive down to the bottom.
Big move by Kenneth Yoltz to abandon this guy and get in that opening on the bottom. The opening's all nice and organized. You got a 7-car run with 3 guys out on the outside. So they're going to need some help. Somebody's either going to have to jump to the high side, or they're going to end up falling back behind this inside row Dewey and end up riding around in a single file line. You know, if these guys are smart up front, that's what they want to do right now, so they can run away from those packs in the back.
You see the field kind of breaking up into those 2 separate packs once again. Michael Redding almost out in the middle of no man's land. Matt Skipper and Tyler Justice have both teamed up. Ryan Daniels and Christopher Matthews not too far behind them.
Yeah, Dewey running around back here with this other pack in the back. They're going to have to get organized rather quickly, or this lead pack is going to pull away from them in a hurry. Running side by side while the leaders are running pretty much single file.
The 3 of Jared Beasley turned into the 07 of Gordon Larson Jr. at the stripe. Big time damage for the 07. The 62, that is Andrew Cardinale, was pushing the 3 on the outside through the tri-oval, got into him a little bit. The 3 came down and just collected Gordon Larson Jr. Had no idea what was going on. Everybody able to avoid those 2 cars. That is a tough break for Gordon Larson Jr. A miscalculation by Andrew Cardinale gets into Jared Beasley, and that will end the 07 of Gordon Larson Jr.'s day, I believe. We'll see how much damage the 07 actually sustained as he licked the wall hard with the front and the rear of his car. The rear end of Gordon Larson Jr. car with quite a bit of damage. The nose doesn't look too bad. The leaders looking to come down pit road to see if there's any fakers. Looks like there are going to be. And almost everybody avoids pit road. I see Ryan Daniels coming down pit road. Christopher Matthews, Jared Beasley, of course. It looks like Gordon Larson Jr., Alan Westman. Terry Mason, Robbie Buckner, and Aiden Young all coming down pit road here on this caution. Austin Jones going around the pace car, going to get his lap back.
He will be the lucky dog, Dewey. It looks like we get back going green here. We are going to have just around 52 to 53 laps to go. So far, we're in here at 23 laps completed, and we've got 2 cautions under 7 laps. We've avoided the big one so far, Dewey, so a lot of these guys out there are glad they have not have tore up race cars. That last spin could have been a big one for these boys. Well, we have a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to talk about one of our primary sponsors for a little bit here, SimSpec PC Towers. SimSpec PC Towers are custom built upon ordering. These are... They are created to ensure the sim experience is the best your budget can buy. They take pride in these machines and hope that the new owners will also. They have towers for every budget and look to add more options in the future, it looks like, such as peripherals, monitors, and rigs as they continue to develop relationships in the sim community and its veteran suppliers. They have 20 years in sim racing experience, both flight, farm, and racing, and know what it is like to search high and low to find out what is good value and what is not. So go check them out at www.simspec.com, or you can find them also on Facebook under SimSpec.
Well, the restart, David Levine will still be your leader. Zach Lindgren is in second. Third place, the 66 of Bradley Wilson. Fourth place, the 72 of Kenneth Yoltz. Fifth, the 818 of Derek Robinson. Sixth will be the 62 of Andrew Cardinale. Seventh, the 5 of Jason Alexander. And the 43, Craig Learman, will be in 8th. 9th, the 16 of Michael Redding. And the 26 of Matt Skipper up to 10th, starting in the 26th position. Lights go out on the pace car. Next time by, we will be back underway at Talladega. We're going through turns 3 and 4, heading back towards the start-finish line to get this race back underway. David Levine has done a good job to keep the 59 up front. Zach Lindgren has been doing a great job as well, and he's going to try and take the lead here. Pace car getting ready to pull in here as the cars begin to enter the tri-oval. The cars are on the gas and we are back underway. Green flag at Talladega. Everybody trying to duck low. The 72 of Kenneth Jones went to the high side, hoping someone would take a risk. But everybody ducked down low. See if anyone wants to shoot out and maybe pick up the draft from the 72 or get a push.
Looks like Dewey, that bottom line's getting pretty organized here in the start of this quick run, completing the first lap. We go back to green here. On the outside, looks like the 818, Derek Robinson stuck on the outside as well as Kenneth Younts, and those two are tied up together with the 43 of Craig Lerman, so they're putting something together. Looks like another car is going to join them on the back as well. Tyler Justice in the 7 is going to jump to the high side, get in behind Kenneth Younts as well. So they're going to try to get organized and make a push for the lead here, Dewey.
Right now, David Levine is still your leader. Zach Lindgren pushing him along. Bradley Wilson right behind him. And then they're 2x2 from there on back. Bradley Wilson able to gain a little bit each time on the 18 of Derek Robinson as he pulls side by side with Andrew Cardinale.
And the 26 drops down to the apron to let the pack go by. It feels like he's more comfortable on the high side.
Great push from Craig Lerman and Kenneth Younts given to the 818 of Derek Robinson as he's trying to pull side by side with Zach Lindgren as they come out of turn number 4.
Looks like we have the 16 Evil Knievel jumping up to the high side, coming out of turn 4 to help give that 3-car rush on the outside, make it a 4th car. Looks like Derek Robinson's going to come back to the stripe and lead that lap, Dewey.
The outside lane had a great push, and now Evil Knievel looking to make it 3 wide, put Kenneth Jones in the middle with Bradley Wilson on the bottom. I think Michael Reddy wants some help and maybe start a third line. And he's going to get some as the 5, Jason Alexander, now looks to the outside to help Evil Knievel. And he's going to fall back in line, think better of it for right now.
Yeah, that's probably the best decision to make this early in the race, too. No reason to get all crazy at this point. They need to get regrouped back there on the high side because the inside row has got it pretty organized. They got a 6-7 car run there. Or excuse me, 8 cars on the inside where they're just running with 4 on the high side down. It looked like Bradley Wilson dropped back, or excuse me, Michael Redding dropped back down to the bottom. Tucks in right behind the number 7 of Tyler Justice. Behind him is DJ Hargrove, the fisherman, and the number 24 Axe Machine.
Jason Alexander now looking to get behind the 72 of Kenneth Jones, and it looks like maybe the 25, Aiden Young, going to try and help out the outside lane as well here. He keeps peeking up there, looking and looking. The field split into 2 packs once again. In the second pack, they're all running single file now. Just about. As you got 78 of Austin Jones leading that pack around.
And these guys are continuing wanting to race, so I don't know what's going on back there. These boys need to get organized, Dewey, or they're going to be falling back quicker and quicker behind this lead group. So it doesn't look like any of those guys want to run in a single file right now and catch back up the leaders. We got 4 cars on the high side, 4 cars on the bottom. It's just going to cause problems.
The inside lane up front, still the strongest lane. The 818 of Derek Robinson currently on the point of the outside lane as they are trying to make some ground. It seems like every time they get a couple cars to help, they continue to drop back down to the inside, and the outside lane cannot get any momentum.
The teammates right there of 818 and the 43. So that's Derek Robinson and Craig Lerman. They are part of HRL Motorsports running together on the high side. Looks like a few cars up there. Bradley Wilson and Tyler Justice want to poke their nose to the outside. Try to get a run and get some help from the 818 and the 43, and as well as a tied car in the number 32 to get a run down the high side.
They continue to run single file here. They might be able to catch the leaders. They have a good pack of cars. Get some good momentum on the high side. They can send Tyler Justice to the front.
It's interesting to see, Dewey, that 7 car as fast as it is with the right front aero damage it's got on his car right now. He's able to hang in there with the rest of those guys. I think you'll find, though, he's not going to be able to lead much of a draft. He's going to have to get behind his car right now, and he's going to need to be pushing somebody to be fast tonight. With that damage, he can get back to the back bumper of one of the other cars, and that arrow won't cause any kind of a problem.
He's getting a good push right now from Evil Knievel Michael Redding as they're trying to pull up side by side with your leaders.
Looks like that second group of cars, Dewey, finally decided to get organized, get single file, because they are just about dropped back to 10 seconds behind the pace of these lead pack.
Tyler Justice side by side with the 59 of David Levine, as now the outside line has a good bit of momentum. And they're starting to get single file on the outside lane as they're trying to push their way past the inside lane. A good bit of racing here at Talladega, just as you would expect.
What we see happening on these corners, you see the outside line drop down and try to get a little bit of a side draft off these guys. But what they're failing to do is on exit, they need to push that car up as high as they can. Tyler needs to get as high as they can to the outside right now. Otherwise, he's just going to let those other cars in that inside line pull right back in line.
The outside lane trying to get momentum. They were able to pull up side by side down the back straightaway. They're going to lose it here in turns 3 and 4. Zach Lindgren now peeks out from the back of the 59 of David Levine, his teammate, and now Zach Lindgren wants the lead. And he will get it. Zach Lindgren to the point. 0.02 of a second. He beat David Levine to the line that last lap.
Good side-by-side tight racing up there in the front pack, Dewey. They're still starting to pull away from that backpack. That backpack now, last time by, they were 15 seconds behind, and they continue to drop. We got 2 cars running in between the 2 packs of Aiden Young and Ryan Daniels trying to get gathered up, try to get back to the front.
They were running with this lead pack. Something happened. Not sure what, but they both have fallen off of the lead pack's draft. Michael Redding going to look to the inside of Tyler Justice, try and hang him out to dry on the outside. Tyler with a great job keeping it in there. David Levine up a little too high, almost contact with the 7 car. Good piece of driving by both those guys to keep it under control.
Yeah, definitely, Dewey. The 59 just got a little bit of tight in the middle of that corner, came up and just about caught the front end. Took the front end off of the 7 and put them in the wall. Both of them were able to hold on and maintain, and Levine got back down in his position. Tyler got high, pushed up, got a little lost a position or two, but as he drops back down now to the bottom, coming out of turn 4 and going through the tri-oval, he will be 6th place when he crosses the line. You got Michael Redding in the 16, Evil Knievel out there trying to do it all himself right now, trying to get to the front. Looks like he's now going to get some help from the 7 of Tyler Justice.
Bradley Wilson going to try and peek to the outside of David Levine. Michael Redding to the outside of Bradley Wilson. That puts you 3 wide for the 2nd position.
Now
David Levine jumps to the outside.
Pretty racy up here, bouncing back and forth. Looks like Bradley Wilson's going to make it 3 wide. He'll be on the outside of the 16. He's trying to make his run to the front. He'll be left out there all by himself unless somebody jumps up and goes with him. And it looks like the 43 of Craig Lerman does the right thing and lets him back in line, and they are back to 2 by 2.
Evil Knievel looking for the lead down the back straightaway, getting a great push by the 7 of Tyler Justice. And the 66 of Bradley Wilson, and the 16 and the 7 drop down in front of David Levine here in turns 3 and 4.
It won't be long here doing this second pack back here that's all gathered up together. They're about 16 seconds back to the leaders right now. That being said, but they're going to pick up 2 more cars and Ryan Daniels and Aiden Young here in the next lap and a half. And then they'll have a pretty decent group of cars if they can get together and keep it maintained in single file and close up these gaps that they're running with. They will have a chance to get back to the leaders. But if they don't keep it organized, they're going to require a caution to get back to the front.
Michael Redding gets credit with the last lap. Now the 7 of Tyler Justice going to peek to the outside of Michael Redding. He's got help from the 66 of Bradley Wilson.
Like the outside line coming on through the tri-oval. Got one heck of a run there, Dewey. They were able to move up. Tyler Justice was able to lead that lap. Looks like 66 of Bradley Wilson's going to try to push him around as his bottom row comes back, gets organized again. Then they will go side by side down the backstretch.
.43 of Craig Learman around the big one is happening in turn 3. .818 of Derek Robinson gets into Craig Learman, and that causes the big one. Andrew Cardinale involved. Kenneth Jones involved. Jason Alexander involved. Quite a few cars involved in that accident there. Tough break for those guys. They were the front pack, and that wiped out about half of them.
Yeah, it was a really tough break, Dewey. The 818 and the 43 are teammates, and I'm sure that's the last thing they wanted to see happen to both of their boys tonight.
I believe you'll see quite a bit of cars on pit road. A lot of these guys have not come down yet. We're approaching lap 44. Michael Redding, Tyler Justice, Gordon Larson Jr. The first couple cars off of pit road.
That's unfortunate, Dewey. That last caution's going to gather up a few pretty good cars tonight, running around the front all night. In the 818 Craig Lerman and the 43, or excuse me, of Derek Robinson and the 43 of Craig Lerman. Also involved, looks like 5 of Jason Alexander is going to go a lap down as well. Kenneth Yeltsin in the 72 seems to be going a lap down, as well as the 62 of Andrew Cardinale, TN Designs rig. So, but that being said, we still got a lot of race left here, dude. Those guys will have time. One thing that's good about Talladega, these boys can go into the pit stop and get their cars, get a lot of time to work on their cars in these long 2-minute laps that we're looking at under caution when we're pacing here at Talladega.
Terry Mason stayed out along with the 90 of Robbie Buckner, 24 of DJ Hargrove. Those guys look to be coming down pit road now, as Terry Mason was getting his bonus points. It looks like DJ Hargrove going to stay out on track along with Austin Jones, and then the Michael Redding and group behind him were the cars that came down pit road. That is a tough break for Andrew Cardinale. He was trying to get into the points championship here tonight at Talladega, having an unfortunate ending here.
Ladies and gentlemen, while I have a chance under this caution, I just want to give a big shout out to a couple of our sponsors. First of all, TN Designs, BA Graphics on board like normal. And also want to talk about Hancock's quality oil can Hancock's quality hard goods. Quality goods, excuse me. They got a pretty cool little product going over there for men's fragrances. 3 different flavors or scents to choose from. When you get a chance, go check them out at www.oilcanhancocks.com. Use the special promo code Thunder17 to get you a little bit of a discount off your purchase. But pretty neat little company they got going on. Their website is pretty interesting to read and go through and follow up, and you can read quite a few things about the different fragrances and how they put them together. So go when you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen, go check them out. That being said, those of you watching tonight, thank you for joining us here at No Brakes TV. Up in the booth, running the cameras, we got Tom Jenks, myself, Tom Vanoss, and Dewar Larzell broadcasting the race here in 1080p at Talladega tonight. To get an opportunity to go in and subscribe to our channel, please do. If you're new to us, if you have any questions or anything like that, or you want to get in touch with us about doing any races or setting anything up for you, feel free to go search us out on Facebook at nobrakes.tv. Send us a message and we'd be interested in talking to you about anything you need to talk about. That being said, we are here at the NMNTS ARCA Series presented by Military Vets Racing, BA Graphics 175 at Talladega. And it's also presented by Motor Sims Racing Association. Motor Sims Racing Association, pretty good group of guys there. Go check them out at www.motorsimsracing.com. That being said, these guys are lined up 2 by 2, and we'll be looking to go back green here next time by the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. We'll come out on turn 4, get it into the triangle, and that pace car will duck off, and these guys will be going back to full power.
Got 2 different cars up here at the front of DJ Hargrove and Austin Jones. Austin was involved in the first caution of the evening as he got looped around, but no damage done to his car. He got himself back on the lead lap, and now he is on the outside front row for this restart. Another car with a great recovery. That's the 07 of Gordon Larson Jr. Scheduled to restart in 5th there in the 3rd row. He has done a great job of keeping that car underneath him, doing a good job of getting the car repaired on pit road, and worked his way back to the front. So here we go. Pace car should be pulling in, and we will get back underway at Talladega. Pace car is in. Very slow roll here for the 24 and the 78. And they're on the gas, and we're back underway at Talladega. And we'll take you on board with the 3 of Jared Beasley for this restart. He's behind 59 of David Levine. Austin Jones left out to dry on the high side of 3 and 4. That's going to put the 24 of DJ Hargrove in the lead, the 7 of Tyler Justice second, and the 16 of Michael Redding in third. And now Tyler Justice and Michael Redding go to the outside of the 24.
Unfortunate thing for the 24 DJ Hargrove tonight, he does not have his other team member from Go Fast Motorsports, Billy Hargrove, on board racing with us tonight. So he's going to jump back in line in third position and see what he can't do to get caught back up there as he starts to get a push from Austin Jones. A lot of jockeying for position before these guys get settled in, Dewey. It looks like everybody wants to try to move up as fast as they can. Looks like now that we have the full pack together running, we're going to get organized here, and we should see some other cars moving through the field to try to get some increase their positions. Looks like we have in the back here, we have the 17 of Alan Westman from Gisborne, Minnesota. It's the first time we've had a chance to talk about him tonight. He's been running around in the back for most of the race. He's pushing the 43 of Craig Lerman, another HRL Motorsports teammate. But up on the high side, Austin Jones in 78, and he's going to lead that lap.
Great push from Bradley Wilson, and Gordon Larson Jr. puts Austin Jones on the point.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a pretty good mix here running side by side. The whole field up here together. It looks like 26 of Matt Skipper drifts up to the high side. Just gets a little bit loose coming out of turn 4 and ends up pushing up another car. He's stuck in the middle now, because it looks like Jared Beasley, number 3, is going to try to duck in behind him.
Robbie Buckner in the 90 gets a little too high. Puts the 92 of Christopher Matthews in the wall. Matthews able to keep going, but not good.
Able to keep going, but he's back there by himself. The way he loses that draft, he's going to be very tough to get back up with those guys. Looks like there's another car coming up behind him. If they can get together, they might have a chance to get back, but we'll have to see what happens.
Tyler Justice leads the lap over Austin Jones by 0.04 of a second. Austin Jones into the wall hard. Big time crash for the 78. Looks like the 66 of Bradley Wilson also involved. Looks like Bradley just gets into Austin a little bit too much. Sends him for a ride in turns 3 and 4.
Well, Dewey, that's definitely going to shake some things up here towards the front. That looks like we're going to be losing another solid car up there. Austin Jones, who had fought his way back from being a lap down to lead this race, looks like he's going to be bringing her down to pit road. He's probably going to be done for the night. Have to bring that wreck to the hauler. That car was flying through the air.
And Bradley Wilson's also sustained quite a bit of damage from that as Austin Jones hit the wall, came back, and clipped the 66.
Looks like we're about 50-50. Dewey, half the guys heading to pit road, half the guys sticking out. Excuse me, just a handful of boys heading to pit road.
Right now, your top 5 is Tyler Justice is your leader, Michael Redding in 2nd, David Levine 3rd, DJ Hargrove 4th, and Jared Beasley is 5th.
Looks like right now 26 of Matt Skipper will be 6th. He'll be followed by John Barrett in the number 69, followed by Corey Walters in the number 12. In the 9th position, Zach Lindgren. Number 10 of Terry Mason. Number 43 of Greg Lerman will be in 11th position with Robbie Buckner in the 90 in the 12th. Alan Westman in the 17 and 13th. Ryan Broderick in the number 32 Tide Machine will be running 14th. Gordon Larson Jr. 15th. Aiden Young in the PSI Pit Stop Insider number 25 machine will be running 16th. Derek Robinson 17th. Christopher Matthews 18th. And Ryan Daniels in the 87 position 19, bringing up the rear of the field. When we go back green, we will have 19 cars remaining on the lead lap. And we will have about 21 to go.
Let's see if we can dial up the 07 of Gordon Larson Jr. He's had quite an interesting evening here. And Gordon, it's Dewey and Tom in the booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Gordon, you've had an interesting evening. You're running up front, got into a little bit of an accident there, got the car patched up, and you worked your way back up to the front. And I know you kind of fell back, but still got a little bit of time here, and your car seems to be pretty quick tonight.
Yeah, she's okay. Like you said, we got in that accident a little bit early. I kept it out of the fence, so. But yeah, it feels pretty good when we're up front. We got plenty of time to get back up there, but yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like, you know, a couple of you guys, it looked like a couple of your teammates, Derek and Christopher, got into it a little earlier there up front, but looks like you guys were able to get back in line as a group, as a team, and hopefully put something together and make a run here towards the end, towards the front.
Yeah, that's what that's what we can do. Hopefully, we just got to be able to get together.
Well, perfect. Just wanted to do, if you can do us a favor, we would really love to tell you to give a big shout out to your wife. She's been a big supporter of these races out here with you and Tyler. So any chance we can get to give a big shout out to her over the air, tell her to keep up the good work, and we appreciate all her support. And you too, buddy, we'll let you get back down there so you can get ready to go green.
All right, and I appreciate it. And I want to tell my wife happy birthday. It's her birthday today, so I'm racing on her birthday, but appreciate it, guys.
All right, have a good one. Appreciate the time. Big shout out to Mrs. Gordon Larson Jr. Happy birthday, young lady. Hope you have a great evening.
Happy birthday indeed. I'll see if Gordon or Tyler can bring home a win for her on her birthday here tonight. The lights go out on the pace car. Everybody should be lining up double file as we get ready to go back underway at Talladega. Tyler Justice, Michael Redding will be your front row for the restart. David Levine, DJ Hargrove right behind them. Jared Beasley and Matt Skipper. In the 69 of John Barron clawing his way up to 7th. Corey Walters in the 12 has clawed his way up to 8th from 24th position. A lot of big movers here. The 85 of Zach Lindgren, he's currently 9th. He has been quick for the first half of this race. Kind of hanging out towards the back, maybe try and make a charge here towards the front. And Terry Mason, your point leader, will restart 10th. Well, here we go. Pace car should be pulling in here right as we get ready to enter the tri-oval. And Tyler Justice and Michael Redding will take you back to the stripe for the green flag. Pace car pulls in. Slow roll here by the 7 and the 16. Green flag is out, and we're back underway.
Looks like we got the 16 of Michael Redding looking for some help from Matt Skipper on the high side coming down the backstretch, Dewey. Get a few other cars just back there behind them, 3, 4, 5 of them are there in a row. They're trying to get organized to bring out that high side, get that outside line coming out of turn 4. Maybe these guys can get a run through the tri-oval, try to pick off the lead.
Terry Mason and his little crew behind him close the gap quickly on Matt Skipper. Terry Mason's going to shoot her to the outside with Robbie Buckner right behind him, and they're going to make 3 wide. They pull back into the middle lane right behind Matt Skipper in the 26, who's pushing Michael Redding to the outside of the 7 of Tyler Justice. David Levine is right behind him.
And here we go. Looks like they're coming on the high side again, Dewey, to make it 3 wide, coming through the trial. Will get front to the lead. That is a 75 of Terry Mason getting a shove. And he will lead that lap. Him and Tyler Justice Cross with identical times.
Terry Mason went from the outside lane all the way to the bottom, picks up Michael Redding on the inside right in front of Tyler Justice. As Terry Mason now on the point.
Looks like the 85 of Dak Lindgren. He's able to drop down to the inside. The 26 Matt Skipper left on the high side all by his lonesome. Looks like the 17 of Alan Westman will push the 43 behind by 26. So they're in roll. It looks like, oh, they almost touched. Michael Redding coming down to get a side draft off of the 75. He's going to hold that through the corner. We'll see what kind of run he gets on exit. Don't
Robbie Buckner
now,
makes it
number
3 wide.
30 goes 3 wide to the high side, Dewey.
The great move by the 90 of Robbie Buckner. He's going to go from the outside all the way down to the inside and pick up Terry Mason. Michael Redding left all alone in the middle lane. Now Ryan Broderick with Zach Lindgren is on the outside lane.
Boy, Dewey, we got some pretty exciting 3 wide racing going on up here towards the front.
A great move by the 90 of Robbie Buckner as he will lead that lap. Now Michael Redding has a drafting partner in the 59 of David Levine as they're trying to challenge for the lead. David Levine abandons the 16, pulls down to the bottom, and that's going to leave Michael Redding on the outside all by himself with Craig Learman trying to catch up.
That powerhouse under the 16's got to be pretty strong, though. He's running around there in the middle all last lap and a half, and has been able to maintain his position. He's just waiting for a couple cars to come up and give him a little bit of help as he ducks down to the bottom as well, and DJ Hargrove makes his move to the high side.
The laps are winding down. These guys are getting more and more aggressive. Robbie Buckner is still your leader. Terry Mason right behind him. David Levine spinning down on the inside.
He gets spun to the bottom, just getting pushed down the back road. He ends up spins down, stays off the track, barely touches the wall. He's off the racing surface, so we will stay green, ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit of incidental contact for Michael Redding, and Michael Redding's going to make it 3 wide, almost getting into Terry Mason as they're 3 wide for the lead. Michael Redding with a power move gets around both of them for the lead.
Looks like we have a newcomer up to the front group, Dewey. Looks like the number 17 of Alan Westman is giving the push to 75 on the high side, trying to get back that outside line to the front as the 90 comes up and gets just in front of him, and Alan Westman drops to the bottom and then back to the
90
outside.
hits the 60 of Michael Redding down to the infield here in turn 3. Michael Redding comes right up back in front of the cars. Caution is out. Big time crash. You got the 25 of Aiden Young involved, the 85 Zach Lindgren, the 32. That's Ryan Broderick, 818. Derek Robinson, the 92 of Christopher Matthews, 24 DJ Hargrove. As Michael Redding was pushed down off the track in turn 3. able to save it, pulls back up onto the racing surface, and everybody had nowhere to go. DJ Hargrove, Ryan Broderick, Derek Robinson coming down pit road, as well as the 59 of David Levine.
That's going to shake it up towards the front, Dewey. Looks like we're going to have two team members up there, Robbie Buckner and Terry Mason, running together. You're also going to have the 17 of Alan Westman in third, Tyler Justice in fourth, Corey Walters in fifth. Craig Lerman, I think he went to pit road. Let's double check and make sure. Craig Lerman will be out there in sixth position with Michael Redding running seventh. Jared Beasley running eighth. Matt Skipper in the 26 will be running ninth. John Barron in the 69, who's had a solid race tonight, kept it pretty quiet. Haven't had a chance to talk about him very much. He has cracked the top 10. Ryan Daniels will be in 11th position with Gordon Larson Jr. in 12th. DJ Hardgrove in 13th. And Ryan Broderick in 14th. Excuse me, DJ Hargrove 14th, Ryan Broderick 15th, and Derek Robinson will be in 16th.
See if we can't catch up the number 90 of Robbie Buckner here. Robbie not available over the radio, so let's see if we can't get a 75 of Terry Mason. Terry, it's Dewey and Tom up in the booth. Do you get a copy?
Got a copy, fellas. How you guys doing?
Not too bad, Terry. I know you're leading the points. You've worked your way from 15th all the way up to 2nd, battling for the lead with Robbie Buckner and the 16 of Michael Redding. A little bit of a hairy situation, but you seem to make the most of it, still running 2nd.
Yeah, so far so good. You know, it's typical DEGA. Robbie and I decided we were going to work together in the back, hang out there most of the day, and kind of run some laps and work our way back up to the front. But you know, Robbie's a good teammate, so hopefully either myself or him can go to victory lane.
That looks like when we go back to green, we're going to have about 9 laps to go. So at Talladega, obviously 9 laps is an eternity. Seems like we've had some pretty good racing side by side going on up there, some 3 wide here and there, so it's been pretty exciting to watch. It was a lot of fun watching you two come back through the field and make those big moves the way you guys did.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. You know, the Riot Motorsports WFO guys, they put together a good car, and you know, sometimes they got to work on the driver a little bit.
Well, the driver must be doing something right. He's leading the points, so we appreciate you taking the time. We'll let you get back down there to your car and get back in there with your teammates and set up a strategy for the end of this run here, buddy.
All right, well, I appreciate it. Appreciate everything you guys do, and I want to give a special thanks to Project9line.org for being on the car and Flip Switch Games.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good one. Good finish to this race. Hopefully we'll be talking to you in the after interview.
I hope so too, buddy.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's our current point leader, Terry Mason. He will be starting on the outside pole when we go back to green here in the next 2 laps. So when we do restart, ladies and gentlemen, on the inside will be Robbie Buckner inside row 1. Terry Mason will be on the high side, who we just talked to of row 1. Inside row 2 will be Alan Westman. Outside row 2 will be Tyler Justice in the 7 car. Inside row 3 will be Corey Walters. Outside row 3 will be Craig Lerman in the 43, with Michael Redding on the inside of row 3 and Michael Redding on the outside of row 3. I'm losing my mind, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. Michael Redding in the inside of row 4. Outside will be Jared Beasley, Matt Skipper, and John Barron. Ryan Daniels, Gordon Larson Jr., David Levine, and DJ Hargrove, Derek Robinson, and Ryan Broderick, rounding out our lead lap cars.
Lights are out on the pace car. Next time by, we should be getting back underway here at Talladega.
Dewey just taking a look at the rear end of that 43. Boy, he got smoked at one of these times in one of these cautions from behind, but his car's been pretty fast. He's kept his nose clean for the most part, so hasn't affected him airily anyway in pack, so hopefully he can maintain his speed up there on the high side and possibly push one of these guys to the lead if they need it. So it'll be interesting on this restart, Dewey, how quick these boys, these front two cars, try to get together nose to tail. Obviously they're teammates for WFO Motorsports, and they will be running as soon as they get a chance across the start-finish line. Hopefully they'll have an opportunity. I'm sure they're going to try to do everything they can to get nose to tail. Try to extend maybe some lead here. But we got a lot of fast cars still running in this race, dude. It's going to be a pretty exciting finish, I have to say.
We'll see how it all plays out here. Just a handful of laps before we reach the checkered flag here at Talladega. Pace car looking to pull in here as they're approaching the tri-oval. Robbie Buckner and Terry Mason will be taking you back to the green flag. The green flag is out and we are back underway at Talladega. Terry Mason may get hung out to dry here as the 7 of Tyler Justice pulls up to Robbie Buckner. Alan Westman right behind the 7 of Tyler Justice. Great move by Terry to squeeze his way in line in between Alan Westman and Craig Learman. Terry Mason trying to pick up the draft from the 12 of Corey Walters, the 3 of Jared Beasley, 16 of Michael Redding, as Tyler Justice hops in front of Terry Mason. And Tyler Justice is going to try and challenge Robbie Buckner for the lead. Terry Mason moves low to get in front of Robbie Buckner. His teammate Tyler Justice tried to follow, was not clear, had to move his way back up, and he lost a lot of momentum. Terry Mason will lead that lap. Tyler Justice is on the outside. Corey Walters trying to shove him to the lead. Terry Mason's teammate, the 90 of Robbie Buckner, trying to push your points leader to a victory here at Talladega. Tyler Justice leads that lap. The outside line getting a good push. Alan Westman needs to close the gap between himself and Robbie Buckner if the inside lane wants to take back the lead. Tyler Justice, Corey Walters dive down to the bottom, picks up Terry Mason, and that's going to put him back. But now Jared Beasley is on the outside, and he gets turned by Michael Redding in a big-time crash in turns 3 and 4. Terry Mason also involved. Michael Redding gets into Jared Beasley. He comes down, collects Terry Mason, and Michael Redding gets shot into the wall like a cannon. Looks like also Alan Westman got a piece of that, along with the 69 of John Barrett. A little bit of chaos up front. Everybody trying to check up for the pace car had Robbie Buckner and Corey Walters go around. As they sit right now, Tyler Justice is your leader. Robbie Buckner runs second. Third, the 69 of John Barron. Fourth, 17 of Alan Westman. And fifth should be Ryan Daniels. A little bit of chaos here on the caution lap as the cars are trying to avoid the pace car on the back straightaway. The 90 of Robbie Buckner got turned around. Corey Walters trying not to get into him. Hits the outside wall. David Levine has nowhere to go. Contact between those two shoots them down the track into Craig Learman. we're discussing up here in the booth and listening to race control. If we've calculated it right, Tommy V says we should have a one-lap shootout here at Talladega.
That is what we're going to be seeing, ladies and gentlemen, this time by. The lights will go out on the pace car. That will leave us 1 to go when we come back by again, 2 to go one more time around. So we are going to see one exciting finish here at Talladega. We should be wrapping this up with 13 cars on the lead lap at this time. That is the list of drivers will be Tyler Justice on the inside, Robbie Buckner on the outside, John Barron on the inside of the number 69 car. Alan Westman will be in restart in 4th position on the outside of row 2. Inside row 3 will be Ryan Daniels. Outside row 3 will be Gordon Larson Jr. That looks like to be a pretty good matchup for Gordon and Alan Westman as their teammates. Inside row 4 will be DJ Hargrove. Outside row 4 will be Terry Mason, our points leader in the number 75, with Derek Robinson in the inside of row 5. Ryan Broderick on the outside of row 5. Matt Skipper will start on the inside of row 10. Or 6, I mean. Corey Walters will restart 12th, and Craig Lerman will restart 13th, and that will be all the cars on the lead lap, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to get crazy, and we are going to have a lot of fun.
A lot of interesting lineups out here. Is the 7 of Tyler Justice. He's sponsored by the 69 of John Barron. The 90 of Robbie Buckner, I'm sure, is hungry for a win. He's got the 17 of Alan Westman and the 07 of Gordon Larson Jr., who are teammates right behind him. Lights are out on the pace car. We're down to 11 cars left here at Talladega. I think every single one of those cars out there probably has some sort of damage. This has been a wild but a great race.
Seems to be the theme of the last 2 races. We've been coming around, the last 4 of 5, I think it was, we've come down to last lap. Green flag runs and side-by-side racing for the win. So this one isn't going to be any different. Hopefully these guys can make their way through this track, around this track, and without causing another caution, we will see a green flag finish here at Talladega.
One lap shootout to decide the winner tonight at Talladega in the NMNTS ARCA Series on Sunday nights. Who will take home the checkered flag? Anything can happen at Talladega. The 7 of Tyler Justice and the 90 of Robbie Buckner set to take you back to the green flag action. Pace car getting ready to pull in, and he does so as we're rolling into the tri-oval. You do not want to get too big of a restart here, as the draft will eat you up if you do not have someone helping you. A slow roll here, smart by the 90 and the 7. And we're back underway. The green flag is out. Green and white are waving at Talladega.
We come out of turn 2, ladies and gentlemen. We have got 1/2 of a lap left to get to the start finish. You got the 17. Alan Westman gets a run, gets on the high side, pushes up hard, side drafting.
26 of Matt Skipper backwards on the back straightaway. No caution as Alan Westman is side by side with the 7 of Tyler Justice. Robbie Buckner pushing the 7.
17 Alan Westman ducks back in, get some air. He's going inside, outside. Tries
Tyler
to get a run on
Justice
the
blocking.
high side. Looks like the 90 jumps out. Oh, we got Tyler Justice taking home the victory, ladies and gentlemen, in the number 7 Sinspec PC Towers rig.
Tyler Justice comes home with the victory. Robbie Buckner will come home in second. Ryan Daniels works his way into the 3rd position, just past Alan Westman, who picked up 4th. Gordon Larson Jr. fights his way back to 5th. The 69 of John Barron, 6th. DJ Hargrove in the 24 comes home in 7th. Terry Mason, your points leader, scoring 8th place finish here this evening. Derek Robinson in the 818 will come home in 9th, and Ryan Broderick rounds out your top 10. Matt Skipper, the last car, out on the racetrack on the lead lap, comes home in 11th.
First car 3 laps down, the 12 of Corey Walters will finish 12th. Looks like, excuse me, there's been a correction of the score. In the 43 of Craig Lerman will finish 12th. The 12 of Corey Walters will finish 15th. David Levine will finish 14th. And the 59, Jared Beasley will finish 15th. Michael Redding will finish 16th. Christopher Matthews in 17th position. Zach Lindgren 18th. Aiden Young 19th. Austin Jones in 25th. Bradley Wilson in 25th. 25 laps down in 21st place. Jason Alexander will finish 22nd. Andrew Cardinale 23rd. Kenneth Yelms 24th. Ronald White will bring home, being 75 laps down in 25th position. Well, dude, that was one heck of a finish to that race. It's been exciting, and it's been keeping that way in the NMNTS series. Having a lot of fun watching these guys race around Talladega tonight. A few incidents here and there. They're just normally super speedway things, so be interested to see how the points end up turning out tonight.
We'll try and get your top 3 in here before we conclude tonight's broadcast. Catch up here with your 3rd place finisher in the 87 car, Ryan Daniels. And Ryan, congratulations on the podium. That was a wild finish.
Yeah, man, it's great to bring the number 87 home in 3rd tonight. That was a lot of fun being out there with those guys.
Yeah, you hung around, and then right at the right time, you made that move and got her up to 3rd. Congrats on that finish. Anybody out there you want to thank tonight, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I got to thank WFO Motorsports, Robbie Buckner, Terry Mason, Bradley Wilson, Zach Lindgren, David Levine, all those guys that were helping us out tonight, helping us get to the front, and definitely cool. It's my first podium for this team and for these guys, and a lot of fun to be able to bring it here to Talladega and get a good run. And the plan was, as you guys mentioned, just to hang out at the back all night and work our way to the front. And at the end, we just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and we're able to strike and get ourselves a podium finish out of it.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. Good running tonight. It was a lot of fun watching you run back there, too. And congrats to WFO Motorsports on the good finishes, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for broadcasting. Again, thank you, Pit Stop Insider, for sponsoring me. Thank you, WFO, for sticking behind me. And thank you to all my friends and teammates that help me out every week.
Sounds good. Looking forward to having many of these discussions in the future. It was a lot of fun watching you run tonight, Ryan. Congrats again on the 3rd place finish. Go celebrate with your boys.
Yeah, thank you guys very much.
That was Ryan Daniels, your 3rd place finisher. I'm here with your 2nd place finisher, the number 90 car, Robbie Buckner. And Robbie, that was a great race. You hung out at the back with Terry Mason, and you guys made a charge to the front, and you brought it home 2nd. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I've done this race tonight. I don't get to do many anymore. I got a lot of stuff, outside going on, but done this one for Terry and Bradley. I usually have pretty decent luck at restrictor plates. This is Talladega ARCA races, 2nd place finishes. So I owe Bradley 2 of them now. Tried to help Terry. Terry's doing real good in the points this year. I want to make sure he get a good finish tonight. They keep top 10, so I'm happy for him. Spamburger hamburgers for everybody tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot of fun watching you and Terry Mason come from the back, and some pretty solid, aggressive moves there at the front to get out and lead a couple laps each. So Congrats on the second place finish. Anybody else you want to thank tonight, Robbie?
Thank you guys for coming on board. I hadn't had a chance really to talk to you guys since you took over. Enjoyed watching on the nights when I can't run. Try and watch and talk a little crap in the chat. But thank you to Brad, WFO. Got to thank Zach and everybody there. Also, thanks to David. David helped me out a lot during the race. Appreciate that. Other than that, you guys have a fun one, and we'll see you hopefully in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. We're looking forward to it, Robbie. Congrats again, and go celebrate with the boys from WFO on our top two cars in the podium tonight. So, should be a lot of fun. Look forward to speaking to you in the future.
Heck yes, sir. Y'all have a good one. See you next year.
That was your second place finisher, Robbie Buckner. And now we will get tonight's winner here at Talladega in the number 7 SimSpec PC Towers car. Tyler Justice, congratulations on another win. That was a hard-fought one, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we came into the race intending to stay at the back for most of the time, even scratched from qualifying, and got into a little trouble early on the initial pace lap before the green flag come out, and outside lane checked up or something under caution, and I got front end damage, but came in, repaired that. It was only like 27 seconds of optional. Got that fixed, and I wanted to test it out and see if my motor was down any, so I got up into the pack, and it didn't feel down, so kept pushing, and it wasn't too crazy, so I decided to try to make my way to the front, and got there up on the outside lane with Michael there like 30 or 40 laps to go, and we were able to push it all the way up to the lead, and stayed in the top 5 from there on to the end, and that last restart, so many things were running through my head of what to try and do, but it all panned out, and we got the victory here.
Yeah, I think it was pretty fun watching you run tonight, Tyler. You're talking about that 27 seconds of optional in the history when I ran some other things before too, especially in these restrictor plates. If you get more than 20% or 20 seconds, usually there's a little bit of extra damage there. So I'm guessing that the majority of your damage must have been behind the right front of your right front tire rather than on your nose, because you were able to stay fast throughout ever since you came back on the track, running the front, running the back, anywhere you wanted to.
Yeah, it felt like it was down a little bit, but after I did the 27 seconds, I think it was mostly maybe on the fender damage, but I think it did have a little bit of motor damage, but not enough to hurt in the draft. So other than that, it ran pretty well, and happy to get the win.
Well, congratulations. Anybody else out there you want to thank tonight?
Yes, sir. I want to thank John Barron and Kenneth Yance for SimSpec sponsorship. Good to have them on the car as always. I want to thank Michael and Bradley for the league, and I want to thank you guys in the booth. Keep it up.
All right, appreciate it. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Hopefully we'll run into you again tomorrow night. I think we're running, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, we will see you tomorrow night. We appreciate you joining us in the booth. Go celebrate another win for you, and congrats to your team and your sponsor, SimSpec PC Towers.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, Dewey. That wraps up the Talladega BA Graphics 175 presented by Disabled Military Vets Racing and also Motor Sims Racing Association here today. Pretty exciting race throughout. A few cautions here or there, but just your normal super speedway restrictor plate track.
A good race indeed, and this race had a lot to do with points here as we're getting down to the hunt. Terry Mason is still the leader in points. Jason Alexander is second. Andrew Cardinale third. Derek Robinson fourth. David Levine is fifth. Sixth is now DJ Hargrove as he moves 1 point ahead of Austin Jones, who is seventh. Kenneth Yonts is eighth. Tyler Justice ninth. John Barron up 1 position up to the 10th spot in points. So a good race here tonight. Big implications. And I know we had a lot of crashes, but overall, a lot of great racing here at Talladega.
Yeah, these guys did one heck of a job here tonight. Another exciting race put on by NMNTS, and we're glad to be able to broadcast it here in 1080p at nobreaks.tv. That being said, I think we got a few housekeeping issues to take care of, so I'll let you get after it, Dewey, and then I'll come in behind you and wrap things up.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thanks to Tom and Tom for letting me come out and do the broadcast with you guys here tonight. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and everything on YouTube. That helps us out tremendously. We are also on Facebook, nobreaks.tv. Check us out over there. We post videos of, or links to all the videos that we are broadcasting and some live videos whenever we head out to the real racetracks. A little bit of everything on there. That is a good way to get a hold of us. Just message the page. We will respond to you. Also, the NMNTS, they're on Facebook. You can follow them for all the points updates. They do sportsmanship awards and everything in between. And once again, I just want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in, and we will hand it over to Tom to finish this out.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job tonight. Always a pleasure being up here in the booth with you, and a big thanks to Tom Jenks up there in the booth running the cameras. So with that being said, I got some people I want to give a little bit of a shout out to. First and foremost, our sponsors, Disabled Military Vets Racing, that the ARCA Series is presented by this year. Also, Motorsims Racing Association. Go check them out at www.motorsimsracing.com. Two of our title sponsors that have come on board for the rest of the season, TN Designs and BA Graphics. We appreciate them being title sponsor tonight for the BA Graphics 175 at Talladega. Also, two other major sponsors who have been online with us each week, week in, week out, each race. First and foremost, Oil Can Hancock's Quality Goods. Go take a look at them at www.oilcanhancocks.com. They produce men's fragrances and have some other cool little items on there, so go check them out. Use the code Thunder17 when making your purchase and get yourself a little bit of a discount. Also want to give a big shout out to our other sponsor, that is SimSpec PC Towers. Ken Younce and John Barron put on a heck of a deal over there, so if you're looking at picking up, doing any kind of sim racing or any kind of sims, whether it's farming or even flight simulators, they can set you up with a tower with all the graphics cards and PC information that you need there. Go check them out at www.simspec.com. That will do it for us tonight. NoBreaks.tv. Up in the booth, one more thanks to Tom Jenks for running the cameras, Dewey Roselle for doing the broadcasting with us tonight. We will see you folks again tomorrow night here at the same time. That will be at 8 o'clock Central for race start. So log into our YouTube page and get ready for some more hard racing here in the NMNTS series. For everybody else out there, have a great night, be safe, and we will see you soon.